Hello and welcome. Let's solve this very equation. It's tricky, right? But don't worry, I'm going to simplify it for you, okay? Let's do this together. So we begin with our solution. So let's repeat what we have. 125 to the power of x plus 5 to the power of x is equal to 30. Now, what do we do? What is that value of x that we'll put here? So that when you raise this 25 to that value, add it to the 5 raised to the same value, it gives you 30. Now, what you do now, if you look at these two, you observe that this 125 can be expressed in powers of 5. We know that we can have 125 is 5 multiplied 3 times, and that will give us 5 to the power of 3. So we can rewrite this to give us 5 to the power of 3 raised to power x plus 5 to the power of x is equal to 30. Now what do we do next? Just remember quickly, for every a to the power of m raised to power n is a to the power of m multiplied by n, which is a to the power of n raised to power m. So we're going to apply it here. And in that case, we have 5 to the power of x will now be raised to power 3. We just switched the powers. Just observe what we did here. So this and this are the same. Then 5 to the power of x is equal to 30. Now, what do you think we should do at this point? You see that this is 5 to the power of x, also this. So you are free to change it, use any variable other than x. So we can say, let y equal to this. Now with this, we are going to replace it here to help us to solve. And if you are a returning viewer, we say a very big thank you for choosing to learn through us. And if you are still new, don't forget to hit the subscription button. If you find what to do interesting, don't forget to give us a like, share, so that others will learn with you. Thank you, and let's keep doing this to have. So from here, we now have y to the power of 3 plus y is equal to 30. Now, this quickly reminds you of your cubic equation because the highest power of y is 3. Now, what do you do at this point? You are looking at the value of y you will cube and also add the same y to it to give you 30. So what do? Just use your factors. From the factors of 30, what numbers are we looking at? We are going to look at numbers like positive or negative 1, the numbers that can divide 30, positive or negative 2, positive or negative 3, and so on. Now let's use trial error to know which of them can we plug to give us 30. Let's check from when y is 1. So we have 1 cubed plus 1. 1 cubed is 1, multiply 3 times to give us 1. If you add 1 to it, it gives you 2. So it's not equal to 30. You can also check negative 1. It gives you negative 1 cubed plus negative 1. This will give you negative. Whenever you cube a negative, it returns negative. So we have negative 1. This will give us negative 1. You see, it's not also equal to 30. So we can choose for when y is 2. So we have 2 cubed plus 2. This gives us 8 plus 2 is also not equal to 30. Try from when y is negative 2. Negative 2 cubed plus negative 2. This gives us negative 8, negative 2 is not also equal to 30. Now let's check from when y is 3. So if y is 3, we have 3 cubed. So we're going to have 3 cubed plus 3. 3 cubed is 3 multiplied 3 times, and that gives us 27 add 3, and this gives us 30. And that is what we have here. So we have gotten one solution that will help us to solve. So to solve this, we now have it that y cubed plus y, this 30 is the same as 27 add 3 from what we have shown. So in that case, we are having y cubed plus y is the same as 27, as we said, is 3 cubed add 3. Now what do? We are going to move this to the left side. This is positive, you know. So if you take it to the left side, it gives us negative. So we have negative 3 cubed plus y. Take this also, we have minus 3, and everything is equal to 0. So what do you do next? These two are together, and these two are also together. So for this, just remember, for every a cubed minus b cubed, it's always a minus b into a squared plus ab plus b squared. We are going to apply this rule to help us to solve. Let's take it to this part. So from here we now have, using this here, so we have y minus 3 into y squared plus, multiply these two, so we have y multiplied by 3. Then your b is this, so we have 3 squared plus, we bring this back, so we have y minus 3 is equal to 0. Let's take this off. So this is what we have. Now what do we do next? Remember, these two are together. This one is together. So we keep simplifying. We have y minus 3 into y squared. This will give us 3y, and 3 squared will give us 9, plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. Now you observe that this y minus 3 is repeated in the two parts. This is the first part, and this is the second part. It's being separated by this operation. So we're going to factor it out. So we have y minus 3 factored out. Use it to divide these two. We are left with y squared plus 3y plus 9. Then use this to divide itself. Remember this addition sign. When it divides itself, it gives you 1. So let's change this bracket. So this is what we have, and is equal to 0. It's interesting, right? So let's keep doing this, and I hope you've already given us a like. So keep solving. This gives us y minus 3 into y squared plus 3y. Add this, it gives us 10 is equal to 0. Now, when you have a, b equal to 0, either a is 0 or b is 0. So here we're going to have y minus 3 is equal to 0. So what do? This is going to give us, to get your y, add 3 to both sides because this is subtraction. And if you do that, y will give us positive 3. And this gives us the first value of y. Now let's bring this down. We have y squared plus 3y plus 10 is also equal to 0. Now, we are going to check the discriminant of this, the nature of the root of this equation. This is your quadratic. The highest power of y is 2. So to check the nature, to see if we're getting a real or complex solution, we use the discriminant policy or rule. And it says that our d is b squared minus 4ac. Now, if this gives us a value that is greater than or equal to 0, it means we have real solution and we are going to accept. But if our d gives us a number that is less than 0, it means it's giving us complex and we are going to reject. Remember, from the equation, your a is the coefficient of your y squared, which is 1. Your b is the coefficient of y, which is 3. And your c is the constant. Now let's plug this in this statement. And if we do that, we are going to have our d is equal to, our b is 3. So we have 3 squared minus 4 multiplied by our a is 1 multiplied by our c is 10. So we have d is 3 squared is 9. When you multiply this is negative 40. And when you subtract this, you see it's a number that is less than 0. And in that case, it is complex solution. And what we said earlier, if it's complex, we are going to reject it. So we are rejecting this solution. We reject this because it's giving us complex. And in that case, we are going to accept this value of y. But remember, we are not asked to find the value of y. We are asked to find the value of x. But recall, we left a statement behind that 5 to the power of x is equal to y. So we're going to replace our y in this statement to help us to find x. And to do that, we have 5 to the power of x is equal to our y value is 3. So at this point, we cannot take this 3 to be in powers of 5. So quickly take the log of both sides. So we have this is equal to log of 3. Remember, for every log of a to the power of x, the power multiplies. It gives you x log a. So this will give us, this multiplies, we have x log 5 is equal to log of 3. Now, what do you do at this point? To remove this, to get your x, you need to remove this. And because they're both multiplying, divide both sides by log 5. So we divide by log 5. This will take off this. And if you do that, x gives you log of 3 divided by log of 5. Remember quickly that for every log of a divided by log of b, it's always log of a base b. So we're going to apply this change of base rule here. And to do that, we have x is equal to log of 3 base 5. So this is the simplified value of x. Now we're going to do a check. Let's plug this x value at the left side to see if it gives us back 30. And I hope you've already given us a like. So to verify, let's do it together. It's very easy. So let's verify this. So we have 125. This is our x. We have log of 3 base 5 plus 5 to the power of log of 3 base 5. Will this be equal to 30? Let's see to that. So what do we do from here? We remember that 125 is 5 multiplied 3 times, as we said earlier. So this is 5 cubed log. This is 5 cubed raised to power of log 3 base 5 plus 5 to the power of log of 3 base 5. Will it still be equal to 30? Let's keep solving. To open up this bracket, remember you multiply the powers. So we're going to multiply this and it gives us 5 to the power of 3 log 3 base 5 plus 5 to the power of log of 3 base 5. Now, this coefficient of the log, remember we said is the power of the log. So it's giving us 5 to the power of log of 3 cubed base 5 plus 5 to the power of log of 3 base 5. Remember at this point, for every a to the power of log of b base a, these two bases are the same. It gives us number b. So we are going to apply this on this. You see that these two are the same. Likewise this. So for this is giving us 3 cubed. So we have 3 cubed plus, for this we have 3. And this gives us 3 cubed is 3 multiplied 3 times. And it gives us 27. Add 3 to it. If you add this, it gives you 30. And that is what we also have at the right side of the equation. And what it means is that this value of x we got as log 3 base 5 is absolutely correct. And for you to have watched through this point, it shows what you do interests you. Don't forget to like this video, share with your friends. It helps the algorithm to send to more people. And if you are still new, hit that subscription button. We have a lot to give to you. Thank you for choosing to learn through us. I will see you in my next class. Bye-bye.